December 22nd, 2025. Let's see how many times the strategy came into effect today. Every yellow line you see, those are all of the trades that I took. And today we had all wins. It was a good day. All wins, 5 trades, 5 wins. And first, we're going to start by looking at the daily momentum leading into the day. This is what we always do. Always. You go to the daily, you pull up the MACD, look at the chart candles, set any critical levels that you think are relevant. And then look here, what's going on? So this was today. So before we had today, all we had was the past to reflect on, to use as a bias, to use as a warning. So the last market day, which was Friday, we had a lot of upward buying. It wasn't a counter to the previous day. It didn't surpass the amount of selling that happened on the previous, but it was a reversal of pressure. So we had an upward bias today. Now, let's look at how many times the strategy came into effect today. Our job is always to wait for the 5-minute twins to find harmony before we take a trade. And by that I mean, look at this 5-minute regular hour MACD data, okay? This is right, the first candle of the market, okay? Right as we open, the regular 5-minute pops up. Let's look at our 5-minute extended. Let's see if they're in harmony. No, they're not in harmony. They're doing the opposite. This one's going down. 5-minute extended hours, 5-minute regular hours. These data sets, that's what the MACD takes into account, the past, and through that assimilation of data, we get outputs. So these are both 5-minute time frames, but they're not in sync yet. This one's going down, this one's going up. Once they become in sync, that's when we find some edge. That's when we have an advantage. That doesn't happen until right here. Look, right here on this one. We are now starting to head down finally on this one. Finally. So we go forward in time. We're getting close. We haven't flipped over yet. We want these to flip over. We want this to be in sync. So now we're about to flip over. Do you see where I'm going with this? What did I tell you about this yellow line here? So as soon as we get to this point, I'm watching these and I know this is about to occur. I know a setup is likely to occur, and look what happens on this very next bar. We get a power volume bar greater than the previous 3. We're on the right side of the momentum. We're not going up, we're now going down. Our 5-minute twins are finally in harmony. So we take the trade. We put our stop loss right above the entry of that entry candle, a little bit above, and we target a first level. And this was a good win. This is a tremendous win. Every trade I took today was a win, so we don't have to discuss if any were losses. They were all wins. And then the next one didn't happen. Look what happens here. First of all, I missed this, and this was a horrible miss. I feel so bad that I didn't take this trade. And it's kind of because the 5-minute regular was just not in the green yet. It was still in the red. But the 5-minute extended was actually flipping green, and it was nice and symmetrical. There was obvious clear power here. And then we had a pop-up. We had a power volume bar. That was my setup. Would have been a great win. I didn't take it. That's another setup right there. I normally avoid the middle of the market. I don't trade the middle of the market these days. So I'm not even going to go over that because I'm just not trading it right now. It's just not in my desire. We're going to go over this setup right here, which is, look right here. At this point in time, we have a 5-minute volume bar that just occurred greater than the previous 3. That's significant. This volume bar right here on the 5-minute chart. That's what I made this note for. 5-minute power volume just confirmed. And then look what happens right here. We're on the right side of the 2-minute V. We get a power volume bar. 5-minute is essentially, it's not giving us permission yet by crossing over, but the momentum of the 5-minute is clearly going up. There's buying pressure leading up to this point. I should have taken this trade and I didn't. This would have been a damn good trade. I mean, a really good trade, but I didn't take it. I did take this trade right here because it's a yellow line. And it wasn't a full win. I took partial profits. It was a 2-to-1 type of a win where I took profits at less than a 1-to-1 ratio, which is why it ended up being a win. Had I waited for a 1-to-1, this would have been a loss. Keep that in mind. Look what happens. Power volume bar, greater than the previous 3. We're on the right side of the momentum. We have a crossover on the 5. 5 right here is already crossed over. We are aligned. We have the support. I took the trade, entered right here, put my stop loss slightly below that candle, targeted a 2-to-1. Got the win right here. We have crossed over to the downside. You don't have to worry about both the 5 minutes after the first 2 hours, because after the first 2 hours, these are going to be almost essentially in sync. They're going to be synchronized. So you don't need to be worrying about both. They're both going to be almost the same. So my point is, we have a crossover to the downside. We get a pop we get a selling pop on the MACD, flipping it, and then right here we get a power volume bar. So I took this trade, and it also targeted a 2-to-1 instead of a 1-to-1. So my entry was right here. My stop loss slightly above this, and I started taking profit here. I wanted to wait, but as soon as it started dying off on this MACD, as soon as the histogram bars started to pull away, I lost confidence. And if I lose confidence in a trade, I'm going to reduce and I'm going to de-escalate the trade. I'm not going to just hold on and keep the same targets. I'm actually going to take profit quicker, reduce size, reduce risk, and get out. I like pretty, beautiful trades. I like fluid, nice, fast moving trades. If things are taking too long, I'm not wasting time. I'm getting out. I don't give a damn. I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm trying to work a system and allow probability to work for me. Right here, I'm on the right side of the 2-minute V. We have a power volume bar. This is going with the trade. So I entered right here at the close of this candle. And again, because I didn't target a full 1-to-1, I targeted a 2-to-1. So as soon as it came up to here at this level, I took profit. Entered here, took profit here. Very small profit, small win. My last trade of the day was right here, right at the last 10 minutes. Look what happens. We get a selling candle, a volume selling candle greater than the previous 3. We're on the right side of the 2-minute momentum. Is the 5-minute with us? No, it's not. So this was a foolish trade. This was not intelligent. I took the trade and I took profit down here for a win. But we didn't have the 5-minute support. This was foolish, this was risky. I only took the trade because we were on the right side of the 2-minute momentum and we had a power volume bar in the selling direction. That was all 5 trades from today, all 5 wins. I hope you're doing well. I will see you in the next one.